Yeah.
So I would like to start the session by doing something a little bit different. It's called family sculpting. And Margaret, I'd like to have you actually sculpt the family in the way that you see it now and how things are. And by sculpting, I mean you can position yourself and the family, Tyler and Leroy, using different arm movements, facial expressions, positioning between different family members, just how you see it going on as of now. So if you're all up for it, we can get up and just give that a try.
Okay. So I just put them in whatever
Yeah, we can
position.
move their arms, legs, position, ask them to exhibit a specific facial expression, just based on how you perceive it.
Okay, like what's going on with
What's
our
going
family.
on within the family, exactly. Just how everyone's interacting with each other, and if you could model that through poses and just different spacing between one another.
Okay. Let's see, Leroy. I think I might have you come. Let's see. Maybe I'll have you standing kind of like right here.
All right.
Yeah. And I think I'd like you to be pointing your finger, hand on your hip,
All right.
and kind of a stern expression on your face.
Where?
Towards Tyler. So Tyler, honey, I want you to come in here. So kind of, directed towards Tyler. And Tyler, I'd like you to have your arms crossed, maybe like shoulders hunched up a little bit. Yeah, looking down, just like that. Yeah. And I think I'll do this.
Okay. So is everyone sculpted? You feel like this is representing what you're seeing right now within your family?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna come by you here just to get a sense of what this feels like to be in this position. Where are you feeling right now, Margaret?
I guess, I don't know, I'm feeling a lot of things. On one hand, it feels good to have contact with both Leroy and Tyler. To have my hand on both of their shoulders.
To have that connection.
Yeah, the connection to them. Maybe I imagine that there's some comfort that comes from that. And my shoulders are already getting a little bit tired. Because my arms are kind of stretched out and they're lifted up. I didn't think this would be tiring.
It's almost like you're holding Leroy and Tyler together too, with your, the strength in your arms, which I'm sure is tiring.
Yeah, yeah, it's more tiring than I thought it would be, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So comforting on one hand that you have this connection with Leroy and with Tyler, and you're touching both of them. But at the same time, you're feeling stretched thin. You're having to hold the family together, essentially. And that's a lot of weight to carry. To feel like you're having to hold the whole family together.
Yeah.
It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, I guess, just doing this, it's not as comfortable for me as I thought it would be. At the beginning, maybe I thought it would be more comforting, but it doesn't, it feels good to have my hands on both Tyler and Leroy, but it's not comfortable. Maybe it's not as comforting to me as I thought it would be.
Mm-hmm. So you want to have that connection with Leroy and Tyler, but just not in the way it is, because it's discomforting to you.
Mm-hmm.
What else is coming up when, besides it being discomforting and just, a lot to hold up physically, what other emotions are coming out for you?
Well, I think I'm just sad. I've put Leroy and Tyler in these two positions, and
Yeah.
I know these aren't positions that they enjoy being in. I know that Leroy doesn't enjoy being the one pointing the finger. I know that he doesn't enjoy having a stern expression on his face. It's not the man that he wants to be. And I know that Tyler doesn't like having a finger pointed at him and being kind of pulled into himself. I know he doesn't like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, it makes me sad that this is where our family has ended up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sounds like you have a lot of empathy for both Leroy and Tyler in this situation, and just, that, Leroy doesn't want to be in that position to be pointing that finger at Tyler and making him feel inadequate, and, that he's not worthy, and, just by the way you positioned Tyler, that carries a lot of shame.
Yeah.
And you said you feel really sad about that.
Yeah.
That would be really disheartening and really discouraging to have this envision of what you want your family to look like, and then having to be in this position to, really feel for both Leroy and Tyler. And yourself, this isn't, you don't want to be in between holding the family together as much as you want that connection.
Yeah. Yeah, and I wonder, I thought maybe I wanted this. I thought maybe I wanted to be the person holding the family together. I think there's a part of me that that's part of what I think I do in the family.
Mm-hmm. That glue.
Yeah. And it doesn't feel as good as I thought it might feel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you had these expectations of how it would feel to be that
Mm-hmm.
that glue holding everyone together, and just being that person that everyone can go to, and yeah, on one hand it is something you wanted, having that connection and being that person to really bring that joy and love together.
Mm-hmm.
But not where you're at now. That's not where you want to be.
Yeah. This isn't where I want any of us to be. This is not, and I don't think this is where anybody else wants to be.
Mhm.
This is not how I like to see my family.
So that sense of despair
Yeah.
and disappointment, and just, you had these ideas of what the family could be, and you've all shared that you have so much love for each other, and I'm sure you've pictured something different than this,
Yeah.
and that's got to be dragging you down.
Yeah. Yeah. It's yeah, it does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's tiring physically, as you mentioned, with your arms holding out, but also emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you feeling that sadness and that weight?
Well, it's hard to distinguish exactly right now. My shoulders are tired.
Mm-hmm.
My arms feel heavy. My heart feels heavy.
Your heart feels heavy too.
Yeah. Yeah.
That really weighs you down.
Yeah. It does, I think, in ways that I don't even necessarily realize until I think of times when it doesn't, when I think of times where this isn't what our family looks like.
Yeah. Well, I want to try something. I just want you to hold this. You said you have a heavy heart. This is a heavy salt lamp here, a rock salt lamp I really want to signify that weight that you're carrying. I know these positions aren't very comfortable, and thank you all for stepping out of your comfort zone. This is probably going to be, it is very heavy. But I really want to, it's heavy. It's heavy. But I want to signify that weight that you're carrying in your heart and in your shoulders. And just how much that's weighing you down. I want Leroy and Tyler to both see that too.
Would you like some help?
Can he help me? It's really heavy.
I would love to, after we process what's going on here, I would love to have you step in and help. If you feel free, if you want to help carry some of that weight right now.
Just how heavy it is.
It is heavy.
It's not light.
Thank you, honey.
It's not light, just like your heart is not light. It's very heavy right now.
Yeah. It's easier with Leroy
Mm-hmm.
helping me.
Well, I'm glad you offered to help, because when you had talked about those cycles and when things are not going well in the family, and when there's that conflict with Tyler, that coming together and really supporting one another really helps during that time.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Mm-hmm. So having that help of carrying that heavy heart, and you're a big support to Margaret. And I want to check in with both of you just now that Margaret's shared where she's seeing the family and where she stands in that. And just now that she's carrying this heavy rock to signify her weighing down, with Leroy's help, what's coming up for both of you?
Does he go first or me?
Either one. Whoever's feeling more.
I feel bad. I feel guilty that she has to carry that, and now I feel like I have to help, and because that seems really heavy to hold, and I don't want her having to carry that around.
So again, you're feeling that shame and guilt that you've expressed feeling before, and feeling bad. You don't want to see Margaret this way. And she doesn't want to see you, with your head down and scrunched shoulders and just feeling like you're not worth it. How does it feel to be
really uncomfortable, which is why I'm kind of out of it, but yeah, like this whole time I've just wanted to get out of it, but I can't, because it's part of the exercise, and like I know this is where I'm supposed to be, but I just feel really like uncomfortable, like my body just wants to relax, and I don't like looking down, it hurts my neck, and
And part of this exercise is to shed light on this uncomfortability that you're all experiencing. It doesn't sound like anyone, I haven't checked in with you yet, Leroy, but it doesn't sound like so far anyone's really enjoying where they're at. And I know it's uncomfortable, but as much as you can hold your position, I ask that you try to do that, just to really step out of your comfort zone and let yourself hold that space of being uncomfortable and feeling what you're feeling, because it's really powerful and really sheds light on the dynamics and feelings of what's going on in the family. So you said you just, it's uncomfortable, you're looking down, which is isolating, to be looking away from everyone else. What else is coming up?
well, since I can't get out of it and I really want to, like I've just been kind of closing my eyes and trying to numb out so I don't even have to feel it.
Trying to escape that pain.
Yeah. I just feel really like I can't even see what's going on around me. I don't know if I necessarily feel that safe.
That feels very unsteady, just not knowing what's going on around you. Feeling unsafe. I mean, that's it's a really difficult place to be.
Yeah, like I feel like I did something bad and I'm about to be punished, but I can't see what's going on.
So you don't know what's coming. Which is scary. The unknown, what's going to happen.
Yeah.
What are you fearful that could happen?
Just that they're gonna give up on me. Or, yeah, pretty much, because that's what people do. I mean, and I never really expect it. It just happens.
I want to repeat that, what you just said. Feeling like they're going to give up on you. Wow, that's a lot to carry with you. It's a scary place to be, and just a really desolate place to be, a place where you don't feel like you can trust anyone, where you don't know what's going to come, and you're already expecting that you're going to be given up on. Leroy, I didn't get to check in with you yet. What is it like to hear Tyler say that?
Hard, yes. And like I fall back to what we talked about last week in the sense of I'd like to see some behaviors and actions, and that's the hardest part for me.
Because you're not seeing that right now. And I do want to get back to you. I would like, Tyler, I just want you to say that again, and if you could actually look up, so I will ask you to, you can stretch out that back, and just look at Leroy and just share again what you said, just those deepest fears that you have about
Me?
About what could happen, about him giving up on you.
Yeah, I'm just scared that you both say that you love me, but I feel like you're tired of me disappointing you. And if I disappoint you again, then you're just gonna give up on me, and I'm not gonna be part of the family anymore.
Would you like me to respond?
I would. Actually, first, if you could just repeat back what you heard, I'd like for you to do that.
The position you're in is very scary, and you feel that at some point, with the disappointment, that you will no longer be a part of our family.
Yeah.
So when you hear Tyler say that, and when you're repeating that back to him, what's coming up for you?
Well, I'm once again in difficulty, and I want to harness that fear. Like, I really do. Into like, okay, so like if I'm terrified about something, I'm gonna do something, right? And that's at least my personality. And so I want to harness that fear for you, and I want to use it in all respectful ways as a kick in the ass. And we do love you, and I understand that you're fearful of not being part of the family, and like for me it's hard because I hear that fear, and if there's that fear, then the cycle is what breaks me.
So you care so much for Tyler, and you want him to succeed, but I'm also hearing some frustration. Like that it's hard for you to relate because you feel like if you were in Tyler's shoes that would be, as you said, a kick in the ass to get going.
It'd be a huge motivating factor for me.
Okay.
And I want it to be for you. I really do.
So when Leroy says that, Tyler, what's coming up? What feelings are coming up for you?
Just feeling like I don't know if I can do it. Like, that's what I want too.
That's what you want too.
Yeah, but I don't know how to do it.
You don't know how to do it.
Yeah, I don't feel like I just feel so stuck, and I feel like I've tried and tried, and it never works out.
I feel really helpless. Like you want that. You want what Leroy wants for you.
Yeah.
But getting there, you feel stuck. Like you can't get there, and you want so badly to get there. It's a stagnant place to be and just really defeating.
Yeah.
This is so heavy. I'm so sorry.
It is very heavy.
I think.
Do you want to put it
You
down?
just
That's
put it
okay.
down.
That's okay. Yeah, you can put it down.
It's just hard because it's distracting from what I
Yeah.
want to be holding for Tyler, you know?
Mhm.
Like,
We
I
don't want that.
Yeah,
I think
want to
carrying
be
it
able
by
to-
your feet is okay. I mean, that also signifies the weight.
Yeah.
It is heavy. I wish I had had something a little bit lighter, but I know that I wanted you to carry that heaviness for a while too. And I'm glad that we're hearing how heavy it was, because you've been carrying a lot too. You all have seemed to be carrying a lot of despair and just not wanting to be in this stuck place.
Well, and it's so hard to listen to everything that is happening.
With that.
It was so hard to listen to what Tyler was saying and listen to where Tyler was holding that.
Would it be helpful for Tyler to repeat what he had just said so you feel like you can really take that in this time?
Mm-hmm.
Just talking about me being stuck.
Yeah. And just feeling helpless. And like you
Yeah.
can't.
I just feel like no matter what, no matter how much you both help me or set me up for success, like, I can't do it. I don't know how to do it. I've never done it for longer than, a few months. And I just don't know how. Like, it's something I want, and I agree with you, and I get that you're frustrated, and I also don't know how.
So again, feeling that stuckness.
Yeah.
Like you want to get there, you just don't know how.
And having so many expectations just makes it that much harder.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
And you shared before that you've moved around a lot. You haven't had that stability. And we talked about just even being in that position of not knowing, not seeing what's around you, not feeling very stable in what's to come. So similar to how I had Margaret hold the rock, I'm going to have you put on the backpack that you had brought in here. And just, if you can put this on, because I want this to signify not only the weight that you're carrying with you, that guilt, that shame, that wanting, that stuckness.
Yeah.
I want it to also signify that you haven't had that stability. You're fearful that you're not going to have that with Margaret and Leroy.
I'm afraid they're going to make me move.
It's a really scary place to be. Well, I do want to get to you too, Leroy, and now you've had your finger pointed at Tyler for a while now. What does that feel like?
Pointing?
Yeah, just being in this position with your stern face and your finger pointed. What's that like?
Yeah, the stern face and the pointing gets tiring. Honestly, like, this pose, I like, that was exhausting, to be perfectly honest. That thing's heavy. But there was something about that in which, at least, I felt that other people understood that I was being helpful, and in this pose, I feel that I'm misrepresented.
Okay.
And I know that I do this,
Uh-huh.
but I don't think Margaret nor Tyler understands that this is me being useful.
So I'm hearing that you really want to help. You held the rock with Margaret
Mm-hmm.
to take that burden off of that heaviness for her.
Mm-hmm.
And you feel like being in this position is being helpful. You
Mhm.
want to help.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Do you like being in this position?
No, but it's in our current circumstance, there's no one else in Tyler's life who's willing to do this, and it's needed.
So you feel like that responsibility falls on you.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of responsibility to carry. I feel like you have to be that person for Tyler to make sure that he's having a stable job and that he can be successful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So besides that responsibility that you're carrying by pointing the finger, you said you don't want to be there. What don't you like about being in this position? What's coming up for you?
I know what this position means for everyone.
Mm-hmm. And what's that?
Means Tyler's out of work. Means that things aren't going well for him. And out of work means he probably blew an opportunity, didn't show up, and is using. Means that Margaret is getting pulled into the pattern of not working and thus needing to be not only emotionally supportive, which I'm fine with, but the financially supportive as well. And I know that she does have to come between us and feel like she needs to mediate. And it also means for me that I'm here. And so when we're like this, I know exactly what it means, and it means that things aren't going well.
When things aren't going well, how does that feel for you? When Tyler's, out of work and that cycle starts, how do you feel? What emotions come up?
Some frustration, some anger, and some sadness.
Some frustration, anger,
Mhm.
sadness. We talked a little bit about what's frustrating. What's sad about it?
People aren't in a good place. And I would not be a part of this pattern if I didn't care about Tyler.
Mm-hmm.
And so, he is very important to me and to the family as well. And so, I'm considering that I view Tyler as a son. There's a point in which I'm watching my son use and lose jobs and manipulate who I view to be his mother. And so, there's a lot of sad aspects to that.
Yeah. That's hard to see somebody that you love, you care about, you want to be happy and succeed and be independent, and they're not there. And you're seeing that cycle over and over again. I'd like for you to share with Tyler, if you could look up and just, Leroy, if you could share what you said about just how hard that is for you to watch somebody that you view as a son, that you love and care about, to go through that much struggle.
I view you as a son, and it's terrible to watch you go through these times. It's the thing I want for you. And it's our current reality, and that's hard to see. I'm sure you'll understand one day. Hopefully not.
What's that like to hear Leroy share that he cares so much about you, and that's what's hard for him, is to see it be hard on you?
It feels good in a way that he cares so much.
You want to tell him?
Yeah. Okay. It feels good that you care about me, but also, well, no, it does feel good that you care about me, and I see you as a father too, and this is the most that a father figure has ever cared about me. And I appreciate that. I just wish that you could give me a little bit of room to do it in a way that's better for me instead of doing it your way. And not being so hard on me. But I do appreciate that you care.
So you really just want to see Tyler succeed, and I've just been hearing so much love for everyone in the family, and that no one wants to be in the position that they're in. So I want to turn this over again to Margaret, and I would like for you to re-sculpt the family and how you would really like to see the family interact. And feel free to use or take away props.
I think I'm gonna take this away.
Yeah.
Not a fan?
Well, I kind of wanted to plug it in, but I don't really know how to do that. Maybe actually, okay, so we're gonna pretend like this is plugged in
Okay.
and it's glowing pink. Okay, Tyler, you can take your backpack off. And let's all come a little bit closer around the rock. And let's all put our hands on each other's shoulders.
Like this?
Mm-hmm. And I think that we can just look wherever we want to look.
So Tyler's removed his backpack. He's more stable, holding on to you and Leroy. You're not looking down. You're able to see your surroundings. What's different about this position, this sculpt?
Oh, we're not holding a rock. That's a good start.
Yeah, the rock is at the center. It's, that rock that's...
Yeah, it's not a weight to carry anymore. It's something that's kind of grounding us all together as a family.
It's
Something
grounding
we can
you.
gather around, yeah.
It's grounding you here, and then you have this support, where you're holding each other in a circle.
Mm-hmm.
What is it like to be in this circle, holding each other?
It's not as tiring. It feels more comfortable.
It's more supportive.
More supportive. More stable.
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Leroy?
Huh? Very, kind of awkward. And I like that I'm not frowning. That's really nice. I'm not trying to keep my fingers straight.
So just having, you're equidistant from each other, you're not frowning.
Mm-hmm.
You're able to have that freedom to look around and just, it seems like there's a lot more support here. Is this where everyone wants to be?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Having that support, that grounding, that stability, that love that I know you already have for each other, but that's shown expressively.
Yeah.
So, to get here, what is something that could help you get here, Margaret? To this place of where you're able to communicate with each other as you did today, and just have that connection and that stability and that support?
You know, I think a lot of the time I try to carry that rock all by myself.
Yeah.
I never would have asked Leroy to help me. Never would have asked Tyler to help me.
Yet they both expressed that they wanted to help, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you were carrying that, a lot of it, by yourself. I know Leroy did step in and help a little bit.
Yeah, I think that felt really good.
Mm-hmm.
Having his help
Mm-hmm.
and knowing that they both want to help makes me realize that maybe I could ask for some more help than I do.
Yeah. So asking for help and feeling like it's okay to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to hold everything, hold the family together, be that glue. You can still have that connection with each, Leroy and Tyler, and ask for that help, that support that you might need.
Yeah.
How does it feel to feel supported?
Feels great. Feels wonderful.
Has that weight that you were carrying in your heart and in your shoulders, has that been, you did place it on the floor to have that grounded feeling. Do you feel lighter?
Yeah, I think a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, so.
Well, I want to go on. We're running a little short on time, so I do want to make sure I get to each of you. Leroy, what do you think, to get to this place of feeling that support, feeling that love and connection, what do you feel like you could do to get there? What's a goal that you could work on?
Listening.
Listening. And you did that tonight. You listened to what Tyler was saying and hearing where he was coming from and how he was feeling. So you think that listening would help you get to this place?
Yeah, I think I get stuck in the talking and pointing the finger. It helps open an ear a bit more.
Mm-hmm. Well, it sounds like a good goal to work on. So Margaret, you would like to be okay with asking for help? You have a few people here that I know are more than willing to help carry that with you. And you would like to work on listening. And you started to do that with Tyler tonight, and listening to Margaret too. So Tyler, what would be a goal that you think you could work on to get to this place of support and stability with the family?
I think I ask a lot of Margaret, and I realized that today as she was carrying so much weight, and I'm too scared to ask anything from Leroy because he's already disappointed, or I felt like he was already disappointed in me and doesn't really want to help me, and so he feels the need to point the finger and kind of do it for me. And I think in order to help him do that less, I need to be comfortable reaching out to him instead of just Margaret.
Wow. So again, like, you've been in a very vulnerable place where you don't feel like you know if they're gonna support you. But after hearing how much they care about you, you're feeling like you can really extend that ask for help and really feel that support from both Margaret and Leroy, so that you don't feel like you have to carry that or that Margaret has to carry that herself.
Yeah.
So that whole theme of just really supporting each other, you asking for help, you listening, and you being comfortable asking for more support if you need it from Leroy.
Mm-hmm. Knowing that, being comfortable knowing that he's there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Those are very powerful and meaningful goals that you've all expressed wanting to work on to help you get to this place where you have this connection where no one's carrying more weight than one another, and you can share that weight, you can be grounded, you can carry that support for each other and listen to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I thank you all for participating in this family sculpting. I would like to take just a moment. We have just a couple minutes left here. I just want to hear from you, from each of you, what that process was like, engaging in the family sculpting. What was that like for you, Tyler?
It was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think it was also helpful in a way. Just kind of took away a lot of the tension that's going on between specifically me and Leroy, but the family. And I think we were all able to voice what's going on for us and how we're maybe contributing to the problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So hearing each other and expressing how you're feeling, although it might have been uncomfortable, you really got to get a perspective of where everyone stood and, what might be contributing to the discomfort that everyone's been feeling. And so you said you were going to work on asking for some support from Leroy and feeling like you can get that, working on getting that comfortability with asking for that support. Yeah, thank you. And Margaret, how was this experience like for you?
I would say it was also uncomfortable.
Especially holding that heavy
It's the
rock.
heaviest rock I've held in a long time. And I think it was amazing to feel how uncomfortable I actually am with the dynamics that our family has and has had for some time.
So to feel that and also share that
Mm-hmm.
with Leroy and Tyler, and they both got to see that, and Leroy got to physically feel that way too.
Mm-hmm.
So it was uncomfortable, yet also amazing to be able to share that and feel that and really have that resonate and sit with you,
Mm-hmm.
acknowledging what you're feeling. And so asking for that support is a goal that you said you want to work on, and just not feeling like you have to carry that all yourself, because you have that support here. They both express that they don't want you to carry that alone.
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Leroy?
Tiring. There's a lot of standing.
Yeah.
And like you said, the process of talking I really enjoyed. Getting to hear people out and how people view things.
So that sense of communication again, and just, yeah, getting a perspective on where each of you stand. And like I said, I mean, you all don't want to be in that first sculpt. You don't want to be pointing the finger. You want to all be connected equally and just carrying that support for one another. And you said that listening could help you get there.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds like as you shared, you know, it was really good for you to hear where everyone, like the conversation was helpful.
Absolutely. It slowed stuff down for me, which I appreciated.
Well, I want to thank you again for all participating in that family sculpting. I know it's not a comfortable place to be, but I do think it was enlightening and feeling that physical discomfort and also hearing where everyone came from. And I appreciate you all sharing your experience with me and with each other, and for acknowledging some goals that you think you could work on to get to that place of support, that grounded place where you can really express your love for one another in a way that you want to do so. So, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.